That's right. That's right. That's right. Guess what? You are here. We are live. This is your boy, your favorite cousin, Bill. And you are watching the Drunk Bantha's channel. You are watching on Nerds at Night channel. And this is the Drunk Bantha's. No, I'm joking. The Bantha Bunch Show. Let's go. What's happening, y'all? What is happening? What do it do, my ladies and gents, and my queers and my tinks and my what do they call them? You straight edges, the straight edge people. Shout out to the straight edge people. Shout out to all the weirdos out there. You got some weirdos out there. Shout out to all the nerds. Hello, you beautiful nerds. How's it going? Make sure, you put something in the chat. Keep it going. Let's be talking. I'm joined by my special host. Well, you can't really see her today, but it's Producer Penny, man. Producer Penny. Right here to the rescue. She's going to be responding to everybody in the chat today. So make sure because you can't see her. So make sure that you respond to her in the chat. Show her some love. Yeah, what y'all up to today? How's it going? Hold on, I'm trying to close out some stuff because I don't want this thing to freeze up on me. Yeah, there we go. Having some issues. But yeah, Talking Turd says, hail Professor Penny. Yeah, hail Professor Penny. She's out here. Greetings, Banthas and nerds. See, Talking Turd out here showing y'all some love. What's up, Talking Turd? What's up? How you doing? Hope you're doing well. For those who don't know, we are in the Los Angeles area and we are safe. Obviously, we're good. And having to deal with the crazy shit around us, but we're doing well. And shout out to all the people who are safe, but also I want to send a big condolences to everybody who's lost somebody out there from the fire. And I also want to say get well soon to anybody who has had to deal with the tragedy of losing your home. It's been crazy out here. People just all of a sudden, life completely changed in a matter of minutes. It take 5 minutes for a fire to get to you when you see it. You know what I'm saying? Like it just happens out of nowhere, dog. It happens out of nowhere. So, we're gonna big ups going out to all the people out there. We got to keep you in our thoughts. If you're a praying type of person, keep them in your prayers because people are out here really struggling. We watched some of the fires yesterday from up top in Culver City, for those who know where that area is. And it was just crazy watching the fire go through Palisades, it's just rolling through, man. It was crazy. I didn't take any video of it because that's not the type of person I am. I apologize. I should be better about making content, but I just do not be thinking about stuff like that. Like, oh, I got my phone. Something crazy happened. I should start recording it. That's just not me. I don't know if y'all know that about me, but the day ones, y'all know I don't fuck with shit like that. Today we're talking about a lot of stuff, man. We're going to be talking about the new documentary that came out yesterday on Netflix. It's the Jerry Springer documentary called Jerry Springer Fights, Camera, Action. It's a story about the 1990s to 2018. I can't remember the entirety, like the age of it, but man, it went from when I was a kid till it got canceled when I was a grown ass man. Jerry Springer, for those who don't know, is known for hype. He's known for sensationalism, for craziness, for putting red, like he is the king of human cockfights. Shout out to Gers and Purrs, Books Gers and Purrs. Applause right here. Shout out to her. Everybody give her an applause. She said, Bill, please stay safe. If things turn out worse, Village Well Brooks and Coffee in Culver City is a safe haven at the moment. Oh, that's nice. Shout out to everybody in Culver City. And shout out to everybody who is helping, with this crazy shit that's going on, man. It's wild out here. Yeah, you won't be getting any fire jokes from me because it's serious out here right now. I can talk about the politics of everything, and how stupid people are for trying to make it political. Like it's all stupid to take advantage of a tragedy to make content. Talking Turd says Jerry is quintessential 90s. Absolutely. I'd like for you to speak a little bit more about how Jerry worked out in UK. Did they have Jerry Springer in the UK, or did you have to pirate it, or did you see it when you were over here in the US? I'd like to know. That's interesting to me. Lil Frothy says Gers and Purrs. Without doxing myself, I know exactly where that is. She said without doxing myself. That's funny. That's really funny. What's this next one? I can't. For some reason, this shit is not working well. Talking Turd says fire and ice at the moment. Socials burning east. So Cali's burning. East Coast is freezing. Yes, that's weird. I just talked to my sister, and she lives in the South, and yeah, they're dealing with basically a super freeze down there. And is it the same thing in Mexico? Are y'all dealing with that too, or is it just normal weather down there? Interesting questions that I have. I'm just like questioning British people right now. Just what do British people do? How y'all live? What y'all do? Y'all eat this? What do y'all eat for dinner? What's the special cuisine? Fucking asking a lot of questions. Talking Turd said fire and I. Oh no, yeah, I read that one. Yes, Jerry was huge in the UK and was a flagship show in early days of digital television. Actually, it's been very cold for the tropics. Okay, so yeah, it's fucking cold everywhere except in Los Angeles, which honestly, to be honest with you, it's been pretty damn decently cold here in LA. I've been using my space heater for the last month or so. Like it's been decently chilly out here. Yeah, it can sometimes, for those who don't know, it can sometimes get to like 46 degrees or something like that at night. Like, and I used to work outside late until like 2:00 in the morning sometimes, and you can feel the drop of you can feel the temperature just drop like every hour or so. It's just like you're like warm, even because you're moving around, and then as you keep moving around, you just like feel it just drop, and you're like, damn, I'm actually cold now. So yeah, for those who don't know, it can be cold in LA at times. So bring a jacket at the very least. Talking Turd said, actually, it's been very cold in the tropics. I had to wear sweatpants in the daytime the last couple of days. I know. See, look at what he just said right here. These are the types of problems that we have to deal with, man. America. These are the types of problems that we deal with. Can you imagine living in a place where everything's so beautiful and then you have to put on clothes, long sleeves? You can't wear shorts. I can't even go to the beach because the beach is too cold. That right there, that's communism. That's communism. I got a question, guys. What would y'all think if this show turned into just like me being the progressive, me being the left-wing Alex Jones? Let me ask y'all another question. Is there a left-wing Alex Jones? Like, who is the left-wing version of Alex Jones? I'm putting on lotion, by the way. I think my hand still looks ashy, but it's the light, so who cares? But I gotta put on some lotion. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, but who if there is a left-wing Alex Jones, is it the Turks guy? The Turks, maybe? Turks news people. Talking Turks says it's not gotten to the need for socks yet. Said David like possibly. Oh man. Yeah, man, we got to deal with these problems out here, man. I hold on a second. Little Frothy, are you being disrespectful? This seems kind of disrespectful. Little Frothy says the left wing Alex Jones is Jaguar right. Is that right? You think so? I don't consider her to be the left wing. I don't want her. We gotta claim her. The left wing, we have to claim Jaguar right. I feel like that's a little unfair, little Frothy. That's a little unfair, ain't it? Why we gotta take her? Shit. Can't the Republicans take her? They the ones be false claiming people are PDF files. They the ones need to take claims to her. No, we trading her. Who we trading her for? We gonna trade. It's got to be a fair trade. So we, the black delegates, trade Jaguar right for Stacey Dash. To me, that's a fair trade, right? That's a fair trade. Stacey Dash, she's just crazy, right? But Jaguar Wright, she is crazy. So let me know in the comments. What do you think? Should we, the black community, trade Jaguar Wright for Stacey Dash? Let me know in the comments. But yeah, for those who don't know, Jerry Springer was the king of television. Started out that like it started out that Jerry was basically, or he was the mayor of Cincinnati, and I think he ran for the Senate of Ohio, but like dude was very much so involved in wanting to be in television. Like he ended up being a news host for a television network in Ohio. I want to say it was Cincinnati, but I don't want to be fucking wrong about that. Too bad, you know. But yeah, he he was a news host for a while, but as he got a little bit more popular, he started like talking to more network people, got involved in all that kind of stuff. He said, hey man, I want to try my hand out in doing a talk show. Talk shows were all the rage back then. And when he started, like, he got into the game late. This is peak Oprah time. This is Donahue's out and Jenny Jones is in. What's his name? Montel. We got Montel doing his show. What's Montel's last name? Williams? I don't know. I have no idea what Montel's last name because he just one name nigga. Montel had a show. Ricky Lake had a show. Y'all tell me what your favorite talk show was. Daytime talk show. Who was your favorite daytime talk show? I'm just naming all of them now. I'm not naming my favorites right now, but Rosie O'Donnell had a show. A talk show, they gave Roseanne a talk show for a hot second. Like, that was dumb. Man, there were just so many talk shows, guys. I'm just trying to put an emphasis on that because when Jerry's getting started, people already have their favorite talk shows to watch and stuff like that. And he's got an uphill battle going on. And they didn't really feel like they could compete, really. So they never really try to outdo any networks or anything. Hold on a second. I'm trying to pull up some sound for you guys because we still can't show video for two reasons. The first reason is because the video gets flagged sometimes, and the second reason is because it slows down our stream sometimes. But when they first started, basically the show sucked. Like, we had your boy Jerry looking crazy, like he was just whack, dog. It was shows just talking about stupid shit. And it was really the same shit that every show is talking about, talk show that was talking about, except you need a little sizzle when you're doing a talk show, but you don't want to go over the line because you don't want to be disrespectful to not only your guests, but you don't want to be disrespectful to your audience because you want to, I guess really they want to believe that they're civilized as an audience. But truthfully, we watch smut, right? We watch car accidents and we watch Russian dash cams on YouTube. Like, come on, we are as a people not all the way right. You know what I mean? Especially in this country. You ever notice on them Russian dash cams that dudes don't even scream? Motherfuckers don't even get loud. They're just like, car blow up in front of him. He goes, "You should this. Get up, like, goddamn, nigga, get scared." But anyway, the show is super boring. Paraphrased a lot. Well, what happens? This guy named Richard Dominic comes in and changes the game. Okay, like changes the whole game. Let me see if I can play his intro here.
I thought this show was terrible. It was just boring. He had a terrible host, a terrible show. The audience is 90. So when I took over the show and became the executive producer, the vision that I had that I wanted everybody to fall into was, let's take a talk show and let's turn it upside down. Let's make it wild. Let's make it sexy.
Please welcome Richard Dominic. Richard,
because that's what I was known for.
Richard Dominic was always, first and foremost, a showman. That's what he was trained to do.
you write the headlines, and you can swear to me unequivocally that everything in here is true.
Absolutely true.
So yeah, he worked for he's one of the pioneers of sensational headlines on the front page of like National Enquirer and other magazines like that. But I brought him up because this guy, I feel like if Jerry Springer never met Richard, then you wouldn't have had the Jerry Springer that we know. Like, you would never have had a successful show. And like, by all accounts, Jerry Springer is just a super nice guy who is very thoughtful, empathetic, and in no way disrespectful. Dude said he never even spanked his kids. But one thing we do know, he loved being Jerry. Boy, he loved him some women. Jerry Springer loves some women now. He be smashing itches all over the world, okay? How do you know that, Bill? You don't know that, Bill. How do you know that, Bill? You don't know that, Bill. Well, I'm trying to tell you, I know, okay? Don't ask me how I know. I know. He was even caught sleeping with guests that was on the show. But guess what? Nobody said nothing. Nobody cared. You know why? It's Jerry Springer. He's like I'm about to say something crazy, y'all. I'm about to say something crazy. Is Jerry Springer, or was Jerry Springer, the sexy Mr. Rogers? I'm going to ask you again. Put it in the comments. Is Jerry Springer the sexy Mr. Rogers? I want you to think about it now. I want you to think about it. I'm saying, is he the sexy Mr. Rogers? I'm not asking if he's sexier than Mr. Rogers, or is he sexy? I'm saying, is he the sexier or a sexy version of Mr. Rogers? That's what I want to know. Because I think he might be. Book Skirts Purse says, oh heck no, laugh out loud. Rosie O'Donnell, Gerson Purse says Rosie O'Donnell was a fun one. It was really fun, actually. It really was fun. I remember, like, you would see some really good quality guests. They had they didn't really have bits on that show either, and their band was dope. And I believe it was a black dude, but every band on every talk show is black since like Jay Leno. Shout out to Jay Leno, because it wasn't always that way. Talking Turd said he did some serious news type of shows in his early days. Even the Jerry Springer show, when it started, was serious. Exactly. Yeah, I went over that, I guess. Yeah, it was very serious. It was very boring until this guy Richard got to it. And then you had situations like what I'm about to play here. You know, very serious like we just said. It was a very serious show that went from being a very serious show to having statements. I don't know why this shit doesn't work when I'm fucking doing what I want to do. But yeah, it went from being a very boring show, a very nonsensical show, to being a show that had statements like, you know, this kind of shit.
But now it's saved. Let's see how far we can go.
Today, in an exclusive interview, we're going to talk to Earl Z, a man who cut off his own penis.
It looks like chaos on TV, but the producers had to really organize that whole thing. My desk was very similar to this. My desk had this really
Get to the point.
I had come from the tabloid world, so obviously Richard was looking for people who thought that way. From the minute I was hired on it, it was crazy intense.
Irene, where are you? I need you to move really quick.
This is Studio B in Chicago. Now, for the first time, we take you behind the scenes to find out how we make the Jerry Springer Show.
3, 2, 1.
Richard was scary. He's probably still scary. You know, he sat behind his desk smoking a big cigar.
Take the camera off of me and go shoot the hallway.
I only played that last part about Richard because it gets into the fact that Richard was a whole asshole, man, and these people were really afraid of him. Now, I don't know what they were afraid of, because to me, he just seemed like a hard ass boss. He wasn't as bad as that dude from the Nickelodeon shit, the dude who created all that. I can't remember his name right now, but yeah, that dude, he wasn't as bad as he was. But he was just an asshole that made you feel like you could lose your job. and that really was the whole situation. And so the producers, though, like they were mentioning, the producers had a lot to do with how the show worked. And they had a lot of work to do to make that happen. And not for nothing, that's very hard to do. They had to do things like yell at them. Like one of the producers said that you have to meet them with the energy that you want them to have on stage. You got to go in there with that. As the producer, you have to go in there with the same energy that you want them to have on stage. Why did I just say that twice? It's because you're manipulating someone to do what you want them to do at that point. People aren't inherently combative. Most people are not inherently combative. So when that type of situation happens, you know, everybody says what they would do if something such happened, but most people, when they're confronted with an opportunity to be combative, they like to take the easiest option out, which is usually shutting the fuck up or taking off or separating yourself from a situation, whatever. And it's probably something that I should do more of in my life, but who cares? You know, whatever. I can't go backwards. I can only move forwards. What was I saying? Oh, yeah. It was really hard on those producers, but they made it really hard on the guests. You got dudes talking about it, like they were like yelling at them and like coaching them and how to yell. And one of the producers was calling the girl a bitch. She was like, "You fucking bitch, you fucking da-da-da." And then the girl laughed. Like she's like, "No, use it. Take it to wherever you want to go with it. Don't stop. Don't stop. Don't stop. Like, I know, just don't stop. Keep going." And it's just like you're just coaching these people up to be assholes, man. But we can keep going on. I don't want to be the one who makes it sound sad. Trying to bring up the rest of this. So yeah, the producer you just heard, she was complaining a lot about how difficult it was to get people on the show and vet them, because it was very much so important to them to have complete authenticity. They wanted to make sure every single time you were watching the Jerry Springer show, you did not feel like you were watching a fake fight. So I'm trying to get to the fighting part, but I just want to get to the way shit worked in the behind the scenes, because we already know a lot about what happened on stage. We've all watched the show, but when you know that like how it really worked, man, it opens up like a whole situation. I'm trying to get to this part because they mention the type of people that come on the show. I'm going to come to this part because this is like the funniest part. I'm going to pull it up right now. I don't have a producer. Well, I do have a producer, but this is my producer. She's literally doing nothing. You can barely see her. Terrible fucking work. Nasty work we're working with today, but who cares? What are you going to do about it? What are you going to do? Let's see. Does this work?
No, put them through.
The guests were advertised for during the shows at that time, especially, and people would call into the number.
Right.
And they would all be written down on these big sheets. Are you in a strange and unusual relationship and want to tell people? Are you cheating on your spouse and you want to surprise them?
Yeah.
Whatever it was, this was their chance
No.
to tell their story.
Okay, talk.
You're a whole asshole if you want to break up with somebody on fucking television, you dick ass motherfucker. You're going to take advantage of one night in Chicago. We're going to go out. I don't even know why people go out on these things. I'm not going to some shit where I know somebody's possibly going to tell me some crazy fucked up shit. It's crazy. I don't know what's wrong with us in America. Actually, I'm getting to that point. Actually,
it was very high pressure.
I love producing the Jerry Springer Show.
this is a clip from him in the past.
Nutbag to do it.
Oh, producer.
The mailbox is full and cannot accept any messages at this time.
As I would come to learn, the employees were under tremendous strain to deliver and to produce the goods, specifically for only Richard's approval. I mean, I don't believe Jerry understood or really much cared about the long-term direction of the show.
So yeah, y'all just heard them chanting, Jerry, 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 Jerry. Dude, that was the shit. You are at home going, Jerry, Jerry, motherfucker. You start saying it. If you met a person named Jerry, you was like, Jerry, Jerry, Jerry. Like it it was a phenomenon that took over. Like just that part, like that, everybody knew what that meant. If you said Jerry, 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 everybody knew what you were talking about, man. I'm trying to bring it up right here. Boom, Jerry, 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 Jerry. Let's see here. It was always a good show when Jerry had the clan on. Boom. That was actually like the show that like blew the top off for them. I don't know if I got to that part or not. But yeah, that blew the top off the whole show, man. It made it so popular. And it's one of the most iconic episodes. They didn't mention the episode that I remember, and I want to know if you guys remember. Talking Turd, do you remember the episode where they had the like goth people on and they were like throwing up the whole time and they kept purging like crazy green throw up, like crazy green vomit? Does anybody remember that show? And shout out to Film Age. I think I saw Film Age earlier. Yeah, shout out to Film Age. Film Age says the documentary looks so interesting. I'm hoping you're enjoying the show, big dog. That's one of the day ones. And Happy New Year. I can't remember if you were here before. But you know what I mean. Books, Girls, and Poor says Maury Povich was another one. I can't believe I didn't mention Maury. You know what? I got caught up when I was talking about Montel, and I just stopped with the list. But yes, Maury Povich is another one. Somebody tell me another one if you know some. Jenny Jones was one of my favorites. Okay, Jenny Jones was one of my favorites. I don't watch talk shows now. We just talking about like the 80s, 90s, and early 2000s, like the 2000s. That's what we talking about, y'all. Talking Turd says, I believe it was on a VHS that was titled Too Hot for TV. With the The throw up one? Is that which one you're talking about? The Too Hot for TV was the vomit one? Dude, I'm telling you, they talk about the Too Hot for TV version in this documentary. Actually, they touch on it just a tiny bit. They just mentioned it. But yeah, like, dude, that shit was crazy. Let me see if I can find that episode on YouTube, because like he just would have crazy things like that. One time they had an episode where a dude broke up with his wife and left his wife and kids to marry a pony, like a donkey, like pony thing. That's fucking gross. Like bestiality is what people would go on there and admit to. That's the type of shit that we're talking about. Okay, I'm looking up the puke video and I'm trying to see if it's gonna happen. Did they Too Hot for TV it? Oh, you know what? It's like a thruple type thing, I think. I don't know why is it not happening? I don't know what's going on. Oh, they edited it out. They edited it out. He did it. They edited it out. They edited it out. Why is it edited out? Oh my God, guys. Somebody try to find the one that's unedited. This is crazy. Uncut. Let's see. Uncut. Damn. It's not gonna be good. I can't find it. I mean, I found the episode, but damn, I couldn't find the vomit episode. They got it edited. I watched it I watched the first episode when it released. Now, this is what's really interesting. Jerry Springer, when it first came on, that bitch came on at 1 o'clock in the morning, like 2 o'clock in the morning, depending on where you were on the East Coast, Central Time. It came on at 1 o'clock in the morning. So like that's what it was for me. Now we kids, man, Alex, if you watching or if you watch this later, put it in the comments. Do you remember when we used to watch the goddamn Jerry Springer show? Shit was hilarious, man. We used to watch that shit all the time, man. And like I said, man, we were watching one night and the throw up episode came on, and dude, they were throwing up, like puking. Dude, I don't like saying the word puke. To me, puke is like a fucking disgusting word, right? Do y'all think so? I think puking. No, I'm joking. First of all, I think throwing up is hilarious. If you throw up around me, I am going to laugh. I am concerned about you, though. Do not think, don't you worry, though. I'm concerned about you, but I'm going to laugh because it is like an uncontrollable muscle spasm reaction to you throwing up. Some people, when people throw up, they go and they throw up with the person, or they almost do. Like they get nauseous. They've experienced nausea. Not me, bro. Not me. No. I experience hilarity, laughter, a slightly below jubilance, slightly, ever so slightly though. Can't lie. So yeah, just Just don't throw up around me. I guess that's the lesson learned here. But yeah, people were critical of Jerry as well through that time because they were like, Jerry Springer just lets all this stuff happen and it's insane. They're hurting people's lives, you know. These people are people too. Like I said, he was the cockfights of talk shows, daytime television, daytime talk shows. But like I said, it started at 1 o'clock in the morning. They would have the girls, they got butt naked. There'd be girls who got butt naked on there. And at 1 o'clock in the morning, they didn't care at 1995, 96 or something like that. And then like you would see that episode, but then later in the episode, they got the pixelated breasts, right? Dude, it was the wild, wild west in the 90s, dude, because cable was starting to be available everywhere. They had sorry, I'm listening to this shit as I'm talking to y'all, so I know where we get to the spots we need to get to. They had a lot of issues, like I said, with criticism. And the episode that Talking Turd mentioned earlier was the Klan episode. That was the first episode where motherfuckers started fighting. Pow, 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 pow. And if you haven't seen it, go on YouTube and check it out. It was gnarly. I can't play it here, but it rated high as fuck that episode, like through the roof. And that's when Richard, the guy who was the mad scientist that we listened to earlier, he was just like, man, look, if this is what's going to be popular, this is what we need to go for all the time. Let's fucking have some fun action. Let's go. They had the time that the motherfucker hit the dude with the roses. Remember that time, Talking Turd, where the motherfucker hit him with the thing of roses? And then you got all kind of times where girls got into fights and their hair was pulled out. Steve, I don't know if anybody remembers Steve. They don't even mention him in the documentary. He's not even in the documentary. Did something bad happen with Steve? Something controversial? And also want to mention they had the Klan on more than one time. Now, when we talk about these fights, people were like, man, this is fake. This is fake. Let me tell you something. Jerry Springer show was not fake. When you saw them people fighting, they was really fighting. These people really had real issues. The issues they were having on stage, they were real, not set up, but they were hyped up. They were hyped up back in the back, gassed up, put a battery in their back in the green room, which then makes it real easy when they get on camera, because people act different anyway when they get on camera. So all you got to do is just get them let them know that it's okay to be fucking primal and crazy. Bing, bong, bing, bong. We fighting. Like, everybody watched Jerry Springer, y'all. People who were 16, 12, 13, all the way to like 70, 80 years old, man. People loved the Jerry Springer show. Because Jerry Springer at the end, first of all, he's a super nice dude, especially back in the day, in the first seasons. He wanted the show to demonstrate how fucked up people are in America, like a certain space of America. You know what I'm saying? Like what outrageousness really is. You know what I mean? If you, like I said, if y'all haven't watched the documentary, make sure y'all go check it out. But they got to the point where they were getting so popular that Oprah was like, look, They make a lot of money. They do well over there, but why are we putting this kind of vile entertainment out to just, make money? Man, the violent talk show is pure trash. Man, I remember when that happened. I started thinking, damn, was I enjoying like other people's pain? But I'm like, though, but I did remind myself, like, yo, these people called in to be on the show. And like, I'm trying to get to the part where they were talking about, here it is. I want to get to this part right here. There was an episode where this dude was having sex with his sister. And they were acting like that was normal. So I just want to get back into the guests, because the guests is kind of the guests are what it kind of gets into a little bit, because they there's certain people who should not go on. You should not go on a talk show to talk about having sex with your sister. You shouldn't go on a television show to talk about when your father, forced you to perform acts on him, right? These are things that happened. That last show that I mentioned, that didn't make it to air, but the reason it didn't make it to air, you'll have to go watch, because I'm not going to say it on here. The reason that they never actually went and did the show where the girl called in because her dad this is what happened. Her dad was calling her call girl website or her call girl service and specifically asking for her. And when she would get there, she would realize it was him. And then she would have to perform for him. And then she wanted him to stop. So she was going to go on Jerry Springer to get it to stop. So dude was like, if you want to come on the show, then okay, let me just, this is the information. You have to convince your dad to come on the show and it'll be fine. And we'll fly you out to Chicago and blase blase. I said I wasn't going to tell y'all what happened, but I'm going to go ahead and tell y'all what happened. So he flew the family out. Well, he gave them the okay, but he said he didn't believe that the dad would come. Like, he's like, no, dad's not going to come. Because who is going to come on a show to say that yes, I slept with my daughter when she was a child, and then I also sleep with my daughter whenever I want to, but I pay her pimp, so it's okay. I pay her escort service, so it's okay. So who would get on fucking television to say that? Who would even try to get on television to say some stupid, fucked up shit like that? That is just insane. But this guy called. He called back and he was like, yeah, I'll do it. So they fly them out. They obviously don't want them staying in the same hotel. So they had them in separate hotels. And the producer, he went by, he was going to talk to both of them. He went to her hotel first. And when he got there, her dad was in his robe. She was in his robe and he was in his robe. She was in her robe and he was in his robe. And yeah, they had just performed acts. And he was so disgusted. He, just told them to go home. And they didn't deal with that. Like, they didn't do that show. So they had a limit, at least. You know what I mean? Like, some people maybe like think that they just did whatever they wanted to do, whatever came to mind, and then they do it. That's not true. It was whatever was in the parameters of not getting canceled, because the only thing that mattered was the ratings, especially back then. Now, things don't really matter if you have bad ratings. The NBA has had terrible ratings for years, and then they were able to get 22 billion or something like that. I don't know. Anyway, I'm going off topic. Let's go back. Let's go back to the chat. The chat. Oh man. Let's see here. Gerson Per says, "Oh man, you taking me back. Remember Montel would have that psychic Sylvia Brown on? Oh man, I do remember that." Lil Frothy says, "Yes." Oh man, I remember that shit. Taking it back. Talking Turd says 2 Girls 1 Cup was a game changer. When did that come out? Because I heard somebody saying that the other day, and he was talking about it like it came out in the 90s. Man, I didn't hear about 2 Girls 1 Cup until like 2005 at the very least, dude. Like at the very earliest, I didn't hear about it until like 2005. So please, somebody tell me, when did 2 Girls 1 Cup start? When did it happen? But also, yes, it was a phenomenon that actually changed the world. I'm not kidding. I do not think eating ass is big of a thing if you don't see 2 Girls 1 Cup. I don't know. I'm just saying. Maybe I'm wrong. Put it in the comments. Talking Turd says, when you try to hold it in, but it comes out your nose. That's funny. Talking Turd says it was modern day carnival of barnyard oddities. That is a great fucking that is a fucking great way to put it. Very articulate and colorful way to put that. Lil Frothy says it was the first trashy reality TV. Yeah. Well, the first one was Cops. Cops, man. The only place you can see police chasing white people. I'm telling you. It's a fact. Chase motherfucking redneck down the goddamn cotton field. Shit. I almost took off this guy. I almost walked up out of here, y'all. But yeah, that's the only place you can find. Oh man, but by the way, Cops is the first reality TV show. For those who didn't know, it was created by Geraldo Gerson Purses. Security guard Steve, he ended up with his own talk show too, didn't he? Yes, he did. He sure enough did. I think he might have had some controversy. Somebody, I don't know. I need to look that up. So TT says it gave Brits a very distorted view of Americans. It did. It gave everybody a distorted view of Americans. Only slightly distorted. And that's what I want to get to. Where's my phone? Oh, yeah. This is the part of the show that I wanted, the documentary that I wanted to get to very, very badly. Here we go. Oh, wait a minute. Sorry, listening audience.
Believe how many people said to me on the telephone, I can't wait to meet Jerry. I really hope he can help me with this. Jerry didn't help anybody with any of it. He just stood there and did his thing.
You say you still love her?
Yes.
You tell her how sorry you are that you ever slept with her. She is your sister, for God's sake.
These guests thought it all out in this really extreme environment where there's a lot of people looking at you and judging you. I mean, very, very tough, especially considering these were real people, you know, just coming into town from whatever small town America they live in.
This is my point right here.
There's this triangle you can draw from like Tennessee to Ohio to Georgia. Like the Bermuda Triangle was called the Springer Triangle, where it's like 75% of all the guests in the history of the show came from that region of the country.
Did you hear what he just said?
To Georgia. Like the Bermuda Triangle was called the Springer Triangle, where it's like 75% of all the guests in the history of the show came from that region of the country.
Dude. If y'all can see, if you go watch the documentary, let me tell you a secret. Alabama, it missed Alabama by this much. I'm talking about, God damn it. I'm from Alabama, for those who don't know. Roll Tide. But that Springer Triangle win. Like, I'm talking, I was like, oh my God. Thank God. Tennessee, it got your ass. I don't know how they triangle missed Birmingham, Alabama, like by this much. Oh man, I really do feel like if you are like on the, I don't know. I think I got less respect for you as a person if you were ever on Jerry Springer show. Like, I'm not judging. I'm not judging you. Talking Turd says yes, books. Yes, books. He had his own show. Yeah, he did. Talking Turd says a lot of guests did come from the deep South Confederate states. Yes. Dang, that's an episode I recall. The early 2000s when motherfuckers was fucking their sisters. Little Frothy says, how did two girls change the world? Earnest question. I just told you earlier, I don't think that ass eating would be as prominent in this world if Two Girls, One Cup didn't exist. Also, it let us know that there was weird Asian porn out there that wasn't yet discovered by, weird motherfuckers who need that in their life. And it changed the world again because it also lets you know all porn ain't good porn. Right? Everything don't have to be about you. Sometimes it has to be about others because others are the ones who help us make the world go round. No? All right, well, we'll just go back. If y'all maybe not feeling that. Maybe y'all ain't feeling that. Maybe y'all don't agree. But I think it changed the world a little bit. You don't think it changed the world? I kind of gave you a bullshit answer. Talking Turd says, I spent 4 years living in the States and realized that, sadly, there are more Jerry guests that didn't get to be on the show. Yeah, there were, like certain things ain't going to air. They pre-record everything. They probably do about 7 shows. Oh, no, they probably do about 10 shows in 2 weeks. Like, so probably doubling up like two a day and shit like that. If you're a producer, you probably have I think you have like 4 days in between producing your episode, and then they alternate that. And then while you're not working, you got to find a gym, keep answering that phone, find you a gym and get them on the show. So then you can go back 4 days later and do the whole cycle again. So it was very pressure. It was a pressurized situation for those people. Talking Turd says it normalizes fetishes. That's in response to Lil Frothy's question earlier, where she says, where is it? Yeah, she said, "How did Two Girls, One Cup change the world?" Earnest question. And yes, Talking Turd's answer was it normalized fetishes. Book Gers and Purrs says, oh, by the way, Talking Turds answer, it normalizes fetishes. That's a way better answer than what I said. He said, it normalizes fetishes. That's a way better answer. And then Gers and Purge says, well, I've learned a lot tonight. Selfies act, selfless act, I guess. Yes, exactly. Selfless acts are what make America great. It don't need to be great again because we already great, baby. Because we can have the Jerry Springer show and have the Oprah show and still fucking have a good time, right? That's America. Fifth Bantha, what's happening? Hit an applause button for wow, that's really loud. Hit an applause button for Fifth Bantha. Woo! You know what I'm saying? He said, yo, fam, sorry I'm late. Fell asleep, laugh out loud. Hey man, we gotta get that rest in, man. Get your sleep in. Talking Turd says Fifth Bantha sleeping on the job. God damn, dog. You sleeping on the job. You ain't got no job. It's Friday and you ain't got nothing to do. It's almost Friday on the East Coast. Shout out to everybody who's watching. Again, you're watching the Bantha Bunch show. We are here every Thursday, man. I'm not getting off, by the way, right now. I'm just telling you. We're here every Thursday. We do it at 8:15 p.m. Pacific time. Now, why do I stress that? Because, man, I've been doing it every week, nonstop. I got you an episode every week, big dog. And if you like and subscribe right now, I can give you this show every day. I can give you this show 5 nights a week if you get us there, man. So go ahead, go to the members section and give us $1. We got almost over 7,000. Is it almost over 7,000? We had on the Drunk Banthas channel, we got about 7,000 subscribers, and over on the Nerds at Night channel, we got about 9,000. If everybody just give $1, you can give us $1, and we can do these shows more frequently and put out more shit for you. Now, all of our members know that the membership gets you early access to all the projects we work on, and it's going to get you access to things that aren't available ever to anyone else. And why is that important? Because that means that we're not getting a lot of ads on there. We're not putting ads on members' stuff. Why? Because we're not even going to make money off the views anyway. You guys have provided us, so we're not going to put ads in the shit, you know? So yeah, man, it's a good time hanging out over here. And I have a lot of fucking fun hanging out with y'all. So make sure you subscribe before you leave. This kind of like church. Make sure y'all, this is the first Sunday. Everybody make sure they get a plate before you leave. Sister Edwards, she worked real hard on all of these meals and preparing for everybody. So please, everybody, grab you a plate before you leave. Look at Sister Edwards. Sister Edwards. Sister Edwards. Sister Edwards. Sister Edwards. Sister Edwards. Did you do a good job on them candied yams? That's what I want to know. Sister Edwards. She ain't fucking with me. Oh, man. Do you guys hear my stomach growling? Anyway, I need food. But anyway, I'm trying to get back to the documentary. Yeah, I just wanted to point out that triangle, the Springer triangle shit is crazy. But yeah, I want to get to a section where they talk about how fucked up it was to be a guest.
You know, these are small town folk, right? And you're really trying to sell it to them of like, you got this great story. We want to give people an opportunity to see that. If you do it on the show, you get to sort of settle it once and for all. But in order for them to deliver, they have to like you. Okay, cool. So you treat them like they're, kings.
And so
Stuffed pizza. Seem like their mind is blown. Limo to pick them up to drive them to the airport.
Sorry.
They land at Chicago O'Hare and get into a limousine like their mind is blown. A lot of the guests, they've never been to a big city. They've never seen stuffed pizza.
Which is really good.
We arrived in Chicago, and I swear to God, from the second they picked us up from the airport, they did everything in their power to get us as crazy as possible. They gave us so many drink tickets. They were like, go hog wild, have fun. And so we got wasted. And then we got to the hotel. We kind of kept the party going. We probably stayed up till 4 a.m, maybe slept for an hour. They woke our asses out of bed at like 5 a.m. and we're like, okay, it's time to go down. And we're like, what? I remember being in the elevator on the way down. And somebody else from one of the other shows was just like, yeah, I was up all night doing speed.
God damn. Yo, 5 o'clock in the morning to do a talk show is wild. Bro, it's pre-recorded. Why the fuck we gotta be up at 5? Something's up. If you just went out partying with the producers and they're like, yo, you gotta wake up early as fuck. That's weird. Shout out to Othelius. What up, dog? He said, what's up, cuzzos? What's good, man? What's good? I don't know where you are, but hopefully you're not in LA getting burnt up. Hopefully you're good. Begerson Per says you just need the organ to start playing in the background. Yeah, Gerson Purrs said, hola, Othelius. Everybody loves Othelius, man. We all love each other. We out here in this bitch. Yeah, we shouldn't hear talking about old Jerry. Let's get back into the experience that the guests are having.
I probably got to the green room at like 6 o'clock in the morning or something.
All right, so again,
The producers were there from the get-go, just kind of like coaching us on what to say and how to act.
what have you done for me? Nothing. I've done everything. I take your kids to the back. You little bitch.
The guests get their energy level from you as the producer.
See, that's what I was telling y'all earlier. Dude said that kind of shit. It kind of made me feel like it's kind of gross. Kind of a gross moment.
Laugh, cry, scream, or fight.
Get out there and fight for her.
Because you're a meth head pizza.
You're starting a shit fight. You rev them up to, tornado level, and then you send them out on stage.
The whole time I was in the dressing room, I was just getting angrier and angrier by the second. And I am not an angry person.
Welcome back. My guests today say they're ready to come clean about their sex affairs. Please meet Darren. He says he and his girlfriend have discussed marriage, but before he can follow
Through on that is a confession he has to make. Please meet Melanie.
He's got a confession he's got to make. That's fucked up.
Pounding. Like I felt like it was about to burst out of my chest. I was tired, crazy, ready to fuck it up.
Either way, I've been sleeping with somebody else.
They weren't treating you sensitively. They weren't interested in what kind of impact it was going to have on you. It was all for the show.
Yeah, bitch. Have you not watched this goddamn show? Oh, man. They do try to make you feel sorry for everybody involved in this. The employee. Oh, Jesus Christ. I'm sorry. The employees, they make you try to feel bad for them. They try to make you feel bad for Jerry at one point. Like, the only person that they don't try to make you feel sorry for is Richard. I guess, and Steve. Steve got the shit into this stick because he's not in this documentary at all, bro. At all. TT says it's genius. They are still hungover and cranky from lack of sleep. It's the TNT to the fire. Let me tell you something. You're absolutely right. Sleep deprivation or lack of sleep can make you highly irritable. And then add the alcohol and hangover and probably a headache. And then the fact that you already probably have issues with this person anyway, which is why you're here. It's a fucking powder keg. Othelia says, damn, this show was ratchet. Othelius, I don't know if you've ever seen this show before, but go look up the KKK episode for Jerry Springer show. And yeah, and you're welcome after that. That's all I can say after that is you're welcome. Because that shit was dope. Let me see it. Yeah, I got to see if we got anything here. No, there's nothing new. Y'all make sure you go check out the number. Oh, I didn't put the number up. Hold on. See, that's where I'll be fucking up. See, Fifth Bantha was late, but see, I was fucking up. So which one's better? Which one's better, right? Like, it's not we both fucking up. We all fucking up sometimes. It's all good. But yeah, if you want to kick it with your boy and get your opinion out on the show, you can join me on the show by just calling this number. You'll do it in the future, and do it in the past, and then that'll be the future. I'll do it in the future, right? You time travel with me and be a guest host with me. You can just ask me some questions, or you can just express yourself, and everybody will, get to hear it on the show. I'm not going to divulge any information. If you don't want to be known, you don't have to say your name. But all you got to do is make the call on your phone. If you got a good plan, a phone plan, it ain't going to cost you nothing extra. But the number's right here. It's 323-680-4101. That's all you got to do is type that in and call it. Is 323-680-4101. I thought, I'm giving it to the locals without calling in the zips. Yeah, but 323-680-4101. We've had the likes of Othelius, Rachel V, and what was it? Danny V? Or was it Daryl? Who was it? I can't remember who the other person was right now. I apologize. But yeah, man. Make sure y'all hit us up on the voicemail. Othelia said, nah, I remember that episode. Saw that at my cousin's house as a kid. That shit was great, right? This is an amazing show. And I'm not bullshitting when I say that. I thought that this show was amazing. And then because it's like, look at what people will do, you know what I'm saying? Just to be famous. This wasn't a phenomenon that just happened out of nowhere, like what we have today. This show literally changed how television is done today. The reason Lil Frothy mentioned, reality TV is because that's what reality TV shows do now. They just put out a bunch of people, producers, get them hype, tell them to say things about each other, and then watch the powder keg blow up. I already talked about how Oprah didn't fuck with these dudes, but it blew up in Oprah's face, by the way. I don't know if I mentioned that. Like, them going after Jerry for being raunchy and popular was so transparent as to how it just had to do with the fact that he had beat Oprah. No one would have had anything to say about it if he hadn't beaten Oprah. But now it's a problem. But the fact of the matter is, you watch it. We watch it. You watch it. You do. Not just one person. Why is it so popular? It's the number one talk show in America. Why? They playing it over in the UK. Why? Because people got to have that shit. Why? I have no fucking clue, really. It's the psyche of the human brain. Like, it's the human brain was either not made for us to understand or not made for us to tame, because it does all kind of shit. But anyway, Talking Turd says there was a cable TV station that pretty much ran Jerry 18 hours a day. I believe that, because we had channels like that just played random shit all fucking day. There was a Wayans Brothers episode. There's a Wayans Brothers episode where they went on Jerry Springer. It was hilarious. Oh man, yes. Jerry, I'm just trying to tell y'all, man, Jerry had that swag. Jerry was like really swaggy. And it's because he was so nice and just so aware and smart and quick-witted, you know. Very, very funny dude. Lil Frothy says tension is a drug. Agreed. Books, Gers, and Purrs says watching other people's dumpster fire is like a warm blanket. Yeah, man, it makes you feel like, well, you know, at least my life ain't that fucked up, you know? There was a situation where a couple, this lady died. Man, this lady died, dog. This one guest they went on, dude was cheating on her. And, well, you know what? Let's see. Let's see if I can do this. I'm going to let them explain it a little bit.
Relationship, hope it works out for you.
Sorry. It's wait. Just wait on me.
The initial turning point came one Saturday when we got called into like an emergency meeting at NBC Tower. Just producers, senior staff. All of a sudden, the door opens and Jerry comes in. And that's like super bizarre. Jerry's never in on a weekend. Like, nope, not a thing. And he just says, you know, guys, I'm really sorry. But, you know, there's nothing more to say now. And that's it. Walks out of the room. We're all like, what?
This is about a scandal.
It turns out there's a story about Jerry having a threesome with some guests from the show. And I'm like, there's no way. There's no way. They're lying. And then I saw the pictures. It was weird because it was Jerry.
Tell you something. Well, hold on.
Because we never looked at him like that.
Most of us would never dream of exposing our most intimate secrets to the whole world.
See, what only thing that bothered me about what you just heard is that they said that Jerry had a threesome. Let me tell you something. It's 4 girls in the pictures. Okay? It's 4 girls in the pictures. Talking Turd says many of my after rave countdowns in the 90s were spent binging Jerry. Everybody loves Jerry. Jerry Springer shows. Jerry Springer's show was like they threw the burning dumpster on the train tracks. It is that, and then everybody had to watch it. Ophelia says that sounds exactly like some shit he'd do. Let me tell you something. He was out here slapping them cheeks. Now, people say, you know, you shouldn't do that. It's not ethical. I don't know, man. I just need to know how, like, what if these girls just wanted to sleep with Jerry Springer and he just, like, they happen to be on his show, but he, he's like, you here in Chicago, you might as well sucky ducky quack quack. Suck my duck while I'm in that ass. Hey, who knows, man? I don't know. What I would say is the allegations were never about whether or not he coerced these girls. It just didn't look good. It just was not a good look. Obviously, it's nothing criminal. And, today he would probably, I think he might lose his job, but he might have to explain more. I think if that came out today, he would lose his job and then be on another network 2 years from then. That's what I think. I don't know if it would have been that big of a deal now or then. I know it wasn't a big deal then. Talking Turd says, I wonder if there is Springer Island. Wait a minute. Are you saying... Hold on. What's going on? Why did I do that? Are you saying that... Why is... Oh, man, this is messing up all the bits. Went out there. Talking Turd has a theory. I wonder if there is a Springer Island. It could be a Springer Island, just like there's an Epstein Island. Oh, man. What if there is? I doubt it. Jerry Springer seems like a really nice guy. I don't know if y'all know this, but Jerry Springer had black illegitimate children that he never spoke to, but he kept in touch with his kids' mom. And I don't know if it was a hoax or not, but when he found out about them, like where they were, he contacted them to tell them that, like, to have him on a Zoom call, and they're on a Zoom call with his, the kids he grew up raising, and he's on another call. He's on a Zoom call with the kids that he never talked to, and they're sitting there talking about the will and the inheritance, and Jerry says that he's going to leave everything to the black kids, and that his white kids, they were just going to have to get it out of the mud. They were going to have to do whatever they got to do, because he's like, I've given you so much money and you're still terrible fucking people. He said, I apologize to my other two children for not being there for you, and not for being there for your mom. He was like, I really had a long-term romantic relationship with your mom, but I've never had a relationship with y'all, and I just want you to know that I'm going to leave you all this money. And, clearly he did pass away recently. And, yeah, them kids got it all. It was so funny watching that video. I don't know if it's fake or not, but you watch that video. If you watch that video, you tell me whether or not it's fake, because it's hilarious to me. Talking Church says he does seem like a really nice guy for interviews I've seen. Othelia says, I don't know, man. 2024 taught me not to put anything past these celebrities. No, I would not say I'm not leaving my kid with Jerry Springer. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not leaving my kid with it, like, with anybody, really. You know what I'm saying? I don't trust anybody to a certain degree, but the fact that it is, like, the fact of the matter is like, Jerry Springer was a good dude. Like, it'd be one thing if them girls said that he drugged them or whatever, you know what I'm saying? But really, that's Jerry's only scandal. Other than what I'm telling you right now, where he had a, side baby mama. You know what I'm saying? He had on the side lady, on the side. So that's the only thing I can think of that would be considered bad. But like I said, he made up for that right before he died by leaving all of his fortune. They said that the motherfucker was worth about $60 million in 2003 or some shit like that. You feel me? You feel me? You feel me? Where they do that at? $60 million. Bro, where they do that at? Now, the problem with being a talk show host is you got to be on every day. But when you pre-record, like I said, you be there like 10 days out of the 2 weeks or whatever. It's you shoot 10 days in 3 weeks. Yeah. Odelia says, and he gave it to the black kids. Even Dr. Umar would have to respect that. Exactly, man. Exactly. Even Dr. Umar would have to respect that. But Dr. Umar hates white people, I believe. I don't know, man. So weird. I love watching the interviews where Dr. Umar is like interviewing one of these young kids and they just be like, yo, bring my wife in. And then it'd be this white girl. That should be cracking me up. It's like, if you want to do a version of Punk for oh man, for Dr. Umar, man, just put up a white girl right next to you. She ain't gotta be your girlfriend, your wife, or nothing. Just put it up there so he'll have to talk about it and think about it.
We cherish our privacy and want others to see only that side of us. We choose to present.
I'm trying to find a clip with the. Here we go.
He's telling you he doesn't want to be with you.
That's fine. Bye.
Hold on. So I wasn't.
Effect. A month ago, I remember.
So this couple that ended up having a murder from it. 3 people go on. They're flown out. One person gets murdered. Now, I'm going to let them explain it a little bit.
Here. Yes, I had sex with my ex-wife yesterday.
Yes?
But the matter of the fact, a month ago, I married Ellie, and I do love Eleanor.
You can't humiliate this woman. There's nothing that you can
give
say
us
to
a shot.
humiliate her.
The producers wanted them to get physical, make threats, and she wasn't about to do that.
He's telling you he doesn't want to be with you.
That's fine. Bye.
Now, the crowd was happy. The family was happy. The lady even seemed like, even though she was devastated, she was happy to be walking off the stage. She got up and walked off stage. But man, this was not good in the back.
Backstage, she was informed that if she didn't return to the end of the show, that they would not provide her with her return ticket back to Florida.
Now, what the fuck you say? If you don't go back out there, bitch, you're not getting a ticket back to Florida. Do you understand how fucked up that is? This is Chicago in the 90s, dude. This is 1998 that this happened specifically. 1998. Dude, you don't want to be walking around Chicago Man, no goddamn. What? Are you kidding me, dog? It's ridiculous, man. Let me let this shit play before I fucking get mad. I don't even know why I'm getting mad. It's like the shit happened years ago. My ass over here mad than a mug.
Certainly during my tenure, that was a threat that we would tell people before they ever got on the plane to come. And a lot of people that came on the show couldn't afford to pay for a plane ticket home.
It was a tactic so that you, as a producer, had one more opportunity to keep them. They should feel beholden to you, that they're letting you down, and you've done all of this for them.
And she wasn't having that. She said, no way. You guys lied to me. I'm done. Somehow she found her way to the bus station in Chicago, walking along the streets by herself, and didn't have any money, didn't have anywhere to go. Just her crying. Finally, a good Samaritan saw her visibly upset and bought her a bus ticket to come home. As strong as she was, I'm sure she felt confused and didn't understand.
Dude, that's somebody mama. That's so the guy who's talking, that's her son explaining what happened, man. I'll tell y'all something, man. I wish my Dukes would bring a nigga through. Bang. Hold on.
We're gonna see where she was, where she went. As far as I know, it never happened.
But we're not going to help you. We're going to give you a chance to come on, tell your story, get it all out, but we're not going to help you.
After the show was over, we got them out and gone. It was, all right, back to the green room. You can grab your bags. Limo's waiting. Go home and hope it's over. And usually it was.
After the taping of the show, Mom was determined to go on with her life without Ralph. She didn't want anything more from him. And I don't know what happened in the 2 or 3 months after they were on the stage, but somehow it ended up they got back together at some point, and she put money down on a home, and then he had went back to his old ways, apparently, threatened her again, and like she did on the show.
So yeah, like what he's saying is when he went back to his old ways, he was beating the dog shit out of her ass is what he was doing. That's the old ways. I feel like that was very, it was blown by. They didn't stick with that enough. It was very easy to tell that these are the kind of situations she was dealing with. Being beaten, and you beating on women. You could kill a woman on accident just hitting her in the face, dude. Y'all should need to just stop hitting women. That's a fact. Relax off that. What was just going on? Yeah, see, they just want to talk about stupid shit that doesn't matter in this documentary. You don't learn anything about Jerry Springer, like, other than like seems like a really nice guy. You don't really learn anything about Jerry in this movie. He's no longer with us. He died in 2023, and left us with some good shit. I ain't gonna lie. Left us to me with some terrible shows, and he left us with some good shows. I don't know if I would call it smut, but I would definitely call it sensational. I would call it nasty work. That shit is nasty work. Like, to even consider being on that show in any capacity, I mean, you got to make money, especially as professionals in the industry. You have to make that bank. And man, I try. We try. You try. You know what you should try? A $1 subscription to the Drunk Bantha channel. We also got, and there you go. Now you know. But yeah, what was I about to say? I can't remember what I was about to say. Yo, yeah, go join. Hit the join button. Drunk Bantha's channel, Thursday night channel. Not too much more to say about that documentary. It was really good, man. I had a good time. It brought up a lot of nostalgia. Obviously, if you haven't seen the new documentary on Netflix, and if you don't have Netflix, get it for like a month. Just go ahead, sign up for Netflix, and then cancel that bitch like the same day. Just cancel it. Watch TV. Watch 4 or 5 shows. Cancel it. They don't want none. Cancel that bitch. Now I'm giving y'all the game. Excuse me, I burped. I don't know if y'all can hear it. Now I'm giving y'all the game. I'm giving you too much. Like Snoop would say, don't give them all the game, cuz. Don't worry, cuz. I got you. They ain't going to be getting all the game from me. No, sorry. What y'all been up to? Ophelia said, warning, marijuana affects the memory. They say that it does. It does actually, but only it just speeds up the process that you already have, which is if you don't give a shit about something and you will forget it, because the human mind doesn't forget anything. But it does have memory, and sometimes you gotta store that bitch. Let's see here. What else was I gonna talk about? I don't know. Anybody watching Creature Commanders? Nobody. I watched a little bit of it today. Ophelia says they say that, but the problem is I be forgetting shit sober. Exactly, man. My mom has the worst. My mom don't smoke no weed. My mom's got the worst. Let me put this over here. My mom has the worst memory of all time. I could tell her, you told me to drive the car. What you mean, why am I driving? You the one told me to drive. Like that kind of shit. She would be freaking out when she woke up. Yo, I'm here by myself, chilling with Penny P. It's a good time. Oh yeah, I forgot. The world's burning around me right now. Solid finale. Creature Commandos has given me faith in the DCU. I'm mad now. You saying it's the finale? That was the finale. The finale. That was the last one for fine now. Like not coming back on until the next comeback on finale. Is that what's happening? This is fucking ridiculous. You know what's crazy? They canceled Invincible and then they brought it back. I think. Wait a minute. Did they cancel it? I think they were gonna pull They were gonna put. I don't know. I don't want to say anything wrong. I don't want to say anything more wrong that I've already said. Film A says, "Yeah, how far is the fire from y'all?" I'd say like 7 miles plus. I'd say that. I might be wrong. Lil Frothy, let me know if I'm wrong. Let me know. Let me know. Am I wrong? Is it true? Tell me. Let me know. How far is Pasadena? It's not Pasadena, but it's Pasadena. Lil Frothy, I know you're there. Help your boy out. Help me. Help you. Help you. I'm sounding crazy over here. There we go. No, that's the one in the Palisades. The second largest one is the Eaton one, which is in Altadena. And Altadena is not 13 miles away from my house. How far is Altadena? Let's see. Tyrone's house. He's like 5 miles away. He's 7.6 miles away from me. So yeah, Altadena, the area that got affected the second most, we are 7.6 miles from here. So I'm telling you, it happened like we're 5 miles away. 5 miles. We're, like I said, we were 5 miles or more. So 7 miles or more from where one of the larger fires was. The second largest of the 5, I think it is now. It was 4 yesterday. I think there's 5 fires now. So yeah, it is really close. Shout out to all my family members who've been hitting me up. Shout out to all my friends who've been hitting me up. Shout out to everybody who's been checking on your boy, man. It's been a rough go at it. We did a lot of moving around yesterday to make sure we were safe and to make sure, our loved ones were safe. But we went to this weed lounge. We drove south to get away from the smoke because the entire city is full of smoke and ash. It's falling down like it's Dante's Peak out here. Or y'all remember that movie? Yeah, it's like a fucking nuclear bomb went off and all of the fallout is coming down on us right now. There's like houses with just foundations there. And like I said earlier, y'all better quit trying to blame the black mayor for the fires. Should I do a segment of Bill's tired of hearing that shit? I'm tired of hearing that it's Karen Bass's fault for the water not having enough water to put out fires that have taken out 10,000 fucking acres of land. Don't nobody got enough motherfucking water to do that kind of shit. There's not enough firemen. Well, that's because you cut the budget. She cut the budget $17 million, and the motherfuckers that you should hear all the things that they still have that they didn't cut. Firemen ain't complaining. Why are you complaining? And for the firemen who are complaining, who the fuck is gonna change the things that you're complaining about? It's not Karen Bass. It'd have to be the people of Malibu and Palisades. They're the ones that you got to change. We don't even have the same taxes as Los Angeles. Like, I don't understand it. Malibu has their own mayor. Why is it that we get criticized in Los Angeles? Politicians. Why do politicians in Los Angeles get criticized for things that take place outside of their jurisdiction? And only thing they can do is just provide more resources and help. But that means I'm paying for it, right? That means the little guy's paying for it because they won't do something about this water situation in these places that we have to truck water up to Malibu. We have to water in these places so that they have it. You know, my grandmother, when we have running water, we had to set the pipes. We had to set the foundation ourselves. I don't understand how that shit works. But yeah, I'm tired of hearing blame Karen Bass or blame any politician. It's us. It's you. If you use water excessively in this state, you're the part of the problem. If you drive all your gas up and fight, like, you're a part of the problem. If you support fracking, you're a part of the problem. These are the reasons we're having all these issues. So quit complaining and drive your fucking cars. You know what I mean? If you got something to complain about, quit driving your fucking car, and then maybe that'll help a little bit. Talking Turd says, looks more extreme than just forest fires. I'm telling you, we're watching it, and it's fire rolling over the mountains. Okay, rolling over the hills. I don't know if y'all ever like seen trees burn or like a contained intentional burning of like a field. It's very slow. It moves very slow. You might even have to keep helping it out a little bit. But these fires were moving fast. And just an idea, the fire that we saw was in the Palisades. And if you're looking on your maps, everybody's probably like an expert on Los Angeles geographically now due to these fires. Everybody outside of the state of California knows everything about LA right now. But if you look at the grid, damn, I forgot what I was talking about. And it ain't got nothing to do with marijuana. Just got off of a goddamn tangent. But everybody's saying good night. Good night, Lil Frothy. Good night, Gers and Purrs. Let's see. We'll go back up here. Go back up here. Fifth Bantha says, yes, please do that whole segment because I'm tired of hearing that shit too. It's because they black. That's why. Says Othelius. Fifth Bantha says, critics go for melanin. Gers and Purrs, sorry, my old ass can't hang tonight. I'm falling asleep. Good night, everyone. And yes, again, good night, Gers and Purrs. Really appreciate you coming through. God damn, it's a good time when you come through, when all y'all come through. Little Frothy says, I wasn't saying good night to Gers. I was saying good night to Gers, not to the show. Talking Turd says, yes, I was in LA. There was a bad forest fire. I think it was 2010. Maybe, yeah. It might have been 2010. I wasn't here yet, but I think I remember that. But there aren't like a huge, like, we have big ones here. I don't know. We have to look at the situation after the fact, but I just want y'all to know that this has nothing to do with any of the shit that you're hearing on TV. It has nothing to do with the fucking water. It has nothing to do with the dryness of the ground. It's all of those things have been the case for the last 39 years. There's been a drought here. Okay. We came out of a drought for a little bit and then we came back into a drought because guess what? That's what happens in Los Angeles, California. That's what happens in a lot of California because it's the fucking desert, technically, you know? And like the way that we even have water in LA is because they rediverted water from another place that should have been Los Angeles. Check out that movie Chinatown. It's based off of some real shit. Anyway, what really was causing the fires is because we've had 90 mile per hour crosswinds. When you get to 1,000 feet and above, that wind is strong as fuck. You can't have a helicopter out in those conditions. Not to mention visibility is an issue sometimes, but it's not an issue really because they fly up so high above the fire. It's really not that big of a deal. And I've seen it happen before. They come down and they splash, they drop all their load on the water, and it comes down, and then they have guys down on the ground handling it as well. Problem is, they haven't been able to get helicopters in the air for 2 days. They were just able to get helicopters in the air today, and they still don't have the shit contained. 0% containment. That usually just means that it's continue to roll on. It's going to continue to roll on. It really means that they ain't did shit. Not that they're not working hard. I'm not talking about that. I mean, they haven't done shit to hold it back. This fire is different, not because the situation is different, not because the elements are different. It's because we couldn't get in the air, dog. We couldn't get in the air to do the shit that we normally do. Yes, we're low on water out here. But when the fire chief says we don't have enough water in fire hydrants to suppress a fire of this magnitude, they're trying to explain to you that there's only so much water in a fucking fire hydrant. Anywhere you go. I don't know why this is a big deal. Anywhere you go in this fucking country, hey, Missoula, Montana, if you had a fucking fire like this, guess what? Your whole fucking shit would burn to the ground because y'all ain't even got a quarter of the amount of firemen that we got. You got way more shrubbery and things to burn. I don't understand what you people think. And why does everything have to be politicized? Why can't things just happen? Fucked up shit happens, y'all. What the fuck is wrong with y'all? Sometimes I don't understand the human side of tragedy. Why do I say human side? A dog can lose a friend that's a dog now, or human. But let's just stay with dog. A dog can lose a friend. That's a dog, another dog. And that dog will mourn. That dog can see something sad, and the dog will be sad. He can see something dead, and the dog will be sad for that thing. Yo motherfucking ass, not you, but understood you. Your motherfucking ass gotta watch. Your motherfucking ass gotta see what's going on. Your motherfucking ass gotta figure out a way to make content out of it. You want to put the camera out and just see something. What's going on? Like, no. Sensationalism is crazy. Everything that happens in California is sensationalized outside of the state of California. If y'all go watch the LA news, local news, motherfuckers are not freaking out. It's a very calm, measured conversation trying to make sure people understand we need to get people to safety and we need to be concerned about where people go after this. This whole politicizing and trying to split people down the middle. And I'm not talking about Fox News. I'm not just talking about, hey, how about Breaking Points with Sagar and Crystal Ball? Sagar and Jetty and Crystal Ball. Let me tell y'all something, man. Y'all fucking shit up. Y'all better be glad I can't play no video right now because y'all played yourself out today. I'm tired of fucking hearing that shit. Y'all don't even be in Los Angeles talking about what Los Angeles needs to do and trying to tell me that people that live in the Palisades will leave Los Angeles because they don't want to live there anymore because Los Angeles doesn't provide them with enough water to be safe. How about this? How about when the last time we had a drought that was big enough to where they told everybody to stop using their water? How about the people in Palisades, specifically in Malibu as well, and Beverly Hills said that they were going to use their water? Who gives a fuck about what y'all talking about? That's what they said now. Go back and look it up. Run the receipts. Am I happy that people in Palisades lost their homes? Not at all. I wish that none of this shit happened. I wish that everybody was doing their part. But the fact of the matter is, this has been a big issue since like 2013 in this state, in this city, because those people over there on the west side said that they were not going to stop using their water at the level that they were using it. They were going to continue to water their lawns. They were going to continue to use their sprinklers. They were going to continue to do whatever the fuck they wanted. Their swimming pools, fill them up. Now, not everybody was like that. There's this actor, I can't remember his name. He put reservoirs underneath his ground. He took his pool and made it a water reservoir and covered it up with mulch and all that shit. Made him a water reservoir. This shit is ridiculous to me. Because and I know this is politics that's local that I'm talking about, but it's made it national and people talking about my city. I live here. I've voted here for years, bro. You can't tell me about LA when you're in fucking Washington, D.C. That shit don't fucking make sense, dog. Y'all are talking about shit that, and anybody who's following on that train, there's other people I see talking about it since then. Let me tell you something. Y'all are doing it for the clicks and you're disgusting. You're no better than CNN when y'all these independent companies, news companies try to say, hey man, fuck CNN, fuck MSNBC, fuck Fox. Y'all are doing the same shit. How much better are you? It's disgusting. It's disgusting to use people's tragedies as an opportunity to get a 15 fucking minute video off for fucking clicks is disgusting. And they ought to be a goddamn shame to yourselves. But ain't nobody shamed. I'll tell you all that right now. Ain't not one motherfucker shamed. Because if you had some shame, I'll tell you what. I have been watching the news. Now, granted, I haven't been watching the news like a hawk or nothing. I've been getting ready to prepare for you guys. You know what I'm saying? But I've been watching the news, and I haven't seen a number to call to help the people who are in need. Now, I've seen it on on Instagram, on the Instagram stories. I seen y'all putting it out there, but I haven't seen the news putting it out there. Our society has started to be concerned with the worst shit ever. We are concerned about who to blame and how to politicize and how to capitalize off of what's being done out there. But instead of doing that, maybe y'all could figure out what it needs to be done to fix the shit that's going on. Othelia says the entire Southwest low on water because we all sharing the motherfucking Colorado River. Exactly. We all sharing. We all bringing in water. Y'all talk about us. What about New Mexico? What about Arizona? What about Nevada? Nigga, y'all talk about us. It's a whole. Where do you think how you think them almonds get made? Take a gallon of water to make an almond, but your ass want almond milk. It's important that you get your lactate right than rather than you using a different source. It take a lot of fucking water to make some of this shit that y'all like so much, but you won't let it go. My mama grew up where they didn't have a meat and 2 veggies every day. Nigga, you might not have meat. They didn't used to sell meat at the store like they do now. Y'all don't even know shit, man. Y'all just walk around like the shit come to you so quick. Y'all don't even have no respect for how it got made or where it came from. And so when you don't have respect for it, guess what? You don't know. You don't care. Then you end up hurting your body because you're not even paying attention. You got to participate in your own education, and your education should never stop no matter until you die. That's when you stop learning, bro. And if you're not doing that, man, like, come on, man, educate yourselves on these situations, baby, because it's real simple. It's real simple out here, man. Phil May says people think hydrants have unlimited water. Exactly. I understand that there's not a lot of water. There's not full, like, I understand that. And I understand that they should be able to, there should be more water. I agree. There should be more. But that's not the fault of one person. We all sitting here using up all the motherfucking water. Nigga, if you took 3 showers a day, bitch, you the motherfucking problem. Don't sit here and act like that. Smith Mundit act in full effect. Me. It's bizarre that collecting rainwater in the United States is a criminal offense. That, I don't know if that's true. It's not true in LA. Might be true somewhere else. Because I know people who do it, but I'm not gonna say in case it is a criminal offense, I'm not gonna mention it or mention who I know that does it because I don't want them getting I don't want to talk shit about nobody. Phil May says, no, man. Vent, I'd rather get updates from you than the national news. I appreciate it, man. I appreciate you, Phil May. Othelia says, LA up right now, and everyone got a problem with it. And Fifth Bantha says, get they whole ass. Preach, fam. Talking Turd says, you need to be playing Battle Hen of the New Republic in the background. Oh. Oh no, I can't sing right now. Talking Turd says people be more concerned about Hot Tua girl getting arrested. See, I don't even know about that bitch getting arrested. That's crazy. And yes, people be more concerned about the Hot Tua bitch than they are about the bitch getting arrested. Oh, they be concerned about that more than they concerned about, like, what's going on in your local neighborhood. Bro, I've been waiting on them to fix shit in this neighborhood for forever. And do I go to the city council meetings? No, I don't. But I vote. And I just said something the other day to Lil Frothy, like, I need to be going to these city council meetings, man. Because you know what? The only way you're going to get shit done, man, is going to these meetings, putting pressure on the people. And I'm not going to lie. I know the people in my neighborhood is dumb. That's why shit ain't getting done, man. Niggas dumb as hell. They want stupid shit. The most that my neighborhood has done in the last 10 years or so is put a stop sign right out here on my street. And I ain't gonna lie, that was amazing. They also put a traffic light on the other end of the street, which I ain't gonna lie, that was amazing. That was needed, right? It was dangerous. You know why that happened? People went to the city council meetings and said, look, man, I'm tired of trying to cross the street with cars going 60, 70 miles an hour down the road, man. You need a traffic light right here. That's how you get things done, guys. I challenge all y'all. I want you to find out where your city council meetings are held. And I want you to go to one. And this is a homework assignment for the Banthas out there, all you Banthas. I got a homework assignment. Just take the time. Even you, Talking Turd, I want you to find the Latino, the Mexican version of the city council and go in there and just observe. You don't have to speak. You don't have to be one of the people to speak. But if you feel inclined to do so, go in there. Y'all be going to church, but won't go to the city council meeting. Do you see? Do you feel me? Do you feel me? You tithe to the city and the state and the county and the country, the federal government. You tithe already. No, but you don't even go check on where that's going. But you go to church and you check on where that's going. You see the steeple and the chapel and the goddamn bullshit. But I'm trying to tell y'all, man, y'all need to start paying a little bit more attention to where you move. I'm not gonna say y'all. We need to start paying attention, a lot better attention to what the fuck is going on out here, man. And stop letting these people choose for us who to blame. I'm gonna say one more thing. I'm tired of motherfuckers. Bill is tired of hearing motherfuckers talk about who lost the elections. I'm tired of hearing it shit, man. This goddamn fire is the only reason you ain't hearing about it still to this day. Let me tell you right now. If you are a minority and you have been listening to the bullshit, hold on, let me see right here. Fifth Bantha says, won't catch me in church or on the government's radar. Well, you better take your ass to the city council meeting, goddamn it. That's what I know. Take your ass to the city council meeting. It ain't gonna hurt nothing. You sitting there and watch. You know what I'm saying? It's better than going to court. Which I challenge anybody to do that. Go to a courtroom and sit in there and watch that shit. Then you gonna see some fucked up shit. Go do that. I did it on accident one time. I was looking for jury duty. I ain't know how the shit worked. Look, it happens. But yeah, man. Y'all, we can't let them tell us as minorities that we're the reason that an election changed in any way, shape, or form. We do not have enough people in the black community. We're about 11. A lot of people like to say 12%, but I think niggas just like raising it up a year. I mean, raising it up every year because acting like we grow like that. Nah, dog. We went from like 9 to 11% in 40 years. So just calm down. But I do believe very wholeheartedly, sincerely, I believe that we are being fed a bunch of bullshit. Look at the numbers, man. It's only 11% of us, but it's less percent of every other minority. But they got you thinking that they somehow affected the goddamn election. Bro, white people make up the majority of this motherfucking country. And I'm sorry to all my white people out there. I ain't my brothers and my sisters that love me and I love them. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to be on you. And y'all know I'm not talking to the allies, but y'all know who I'm talking about. Y'all know who I'm talking about, man. They like to blame us. They voted for the majority. If no minority voted, let's just say this, next election, nobody vote. No minority votes. Not one. Let's not even get into the fact that out of that 11% of Americans, Black Americans, African Americans, let's just not even talk about the fact that majority of them don't vote because the majority of this country don't vote. But let's just say every motherfucker that was white, black, that was white, every motherfucker that's white votes, but no minority votes. Black people, Asians, whatever. Nobody votes on the minority side. It's not going to affect anything. If you thought that the Democrat was going to win and the Republican won, or if you thought the Republican one was going to win and then the Democrat won, it would not change anything. We do not affect the world. They let you believe that we are the ones that change things. They make you believe that the people who coming into this country are taking your jobs. Bitch ass nigga, when did the last time that your ass worked in the field? Tell me the last time you picked a strawberry. Bitch, when's the last time you saw a strawberry outside that wasn't in the goddamn farmer's market? That's what I want to know. Yo ho ass ain't fucking working in the motherfucking fields, dog. Come on. Wake up. Wake the fuck up, man. These motherfuckers, y'all can't let these motherfuckers tell us what to do. Come on, you can't let them motherfucking poison your mind, man. Let me tell you something, man. I want shout out to Pharaoh, man. Shout out to my homie Pharaoh, the great. Cause he be getting me preaching like this sometimes. I feel like him right now. I'm fucking going hard right now. Man, I'm going hard. Fifth Bantha, Ophelia says Fifth finna walk into the council meeting calling himself Rusty's Rusty Scuff like Dale Gribble. Talking Turd says, I went to S Homeowners Association meeting recently and a fist fight broke out between rival candidates. Ask me how I read that. Ask me how I fucking come on, man. You look, this shit right here, all kinds of edits that like, but what did I do? I read it just like it's supposed to be said. Why can't I do that when I'm trying to read this shit? Why can't I do it right here? I don't know, man. My brain works weird. Fifth Bantha says, you don't owe any white people an apology. You're absolutely right. Othela says, as sure as the sun set, you can be sure white people will blame us for how the election turns out. Nah, I'm not going for that neither. Check the exit polls. Black people showed up to the polls. I'm not saying black people didn't show up to the polls. Go check the numbers of the people, black people as a whole. The majority of us didn't vote. When you're looking at it, they're talking about registered black voters. That's not the population. I'm talking about as far as the population of black people. And not just black people. Let's just not get it twisted. Not just black people, all of Americans. The most people ever to vote ever was in the 2020 election. That still wasn't even a quarter of the people who could have voted. So it's like 13 million. It's like 13 million people voted. Dog, that's not enough. 22 million people voted, that's a fucking far cry from what we supposed to have. Because, like, are you going to tell me that the rest of the 350 million people who were capable of voting were all babies and just couldn't vote? All the rest of them was just under the age of 18 and couldn't vote for nothing? No, man, we got to remember, man. Like, I understand what you're saying. Black people did show up, the black people who do vote. But we got to remember that we don't, if every black person showed up, it still wouldn't change nothing. Not that it wouldn't change nothing. We don't move the polls. You know what I'm saying? Now, we might move the polls in a social, psychological way where people see that black people are going to vote for this. So they gravitate towards that because they don't want to seem racist. That can happen. That can happen sometimes, you guys. But that's not what's happening here. That's not what's happening here, man. They trying to blame us to separate us. That's exactly what's going to happen, man. But yes, we can agree to disagree on that one. Oh, but yeah, you feel me where I'm coming from. Talking Turd says nothing changes at all. The needle returns to the start of the song and we all carry on like before. That's got to be a song. That's got to be a song. Talking Turd says, I don't have my glasses. My bad. Oh, man. You're good. You're good, dog. I was able to say it. I was able to work through it without a problem, big dog. So, yeah, man, this has been another segment of shit that Bill is tired of hearing of. My name is Bill, and I'm tired of hearing about this shit. I guess the point of what I've said the whole time is basically just like, this country, this world is built on division to conquer the masses. A small group of people can control a large amount of people as long as they can keep the large amount of people separated. And separation can come in many different ways. Doesn't have to come in the form of segregation or Jim Crow. Separation can happen in very subtle ways where, for instance, remember the blue dress, gold dress? It takes very little to have people disagree. But it takes it takes a whole bunch. It takes 10 times of that little bit that it took to disagree. Take 10 times of that for you to get it back together. So we got to work towards that, y'all. Talking Turd says it's a song. You are correct. Talking Turd also said the best way to control the masses is to divide and conquer. Yeah, man. That's why we started the Nerds at Night channel. See how I bring it back? That's why we started the Nerds at Night channel. Shout out to anybody watching the Nerds at Night, and shout out to everybody watching on Twitter as well. We don't get any shouts outs from Twitter. Like, everybody just watches and doesn't say nothing. It's kind of weird, but I don't take offense to it really at all. It's all good, man. But it is weird that you don't say anything. It's about, and also I'm starting to think that y'all are bots, Starting to think that y'all are bots. Hold on. I got to give a shout out, and y'all are not going to probably be happy about the shout out that I got to give out. But I have to give a shout out to Chaotic Truth. I'm sorry. I have to give a shout out to Chaotic Truth. A lot of my people over here, y'all not going to like that. But fact of the matter is, Chaotic Truth has invited me several times on his show, and I just have missed every single invitation. And I do have to apologize because I don't want to miss those invitations. Even if I don't want to get on, I don't want to be like seeming like I'm ignoring anything, man. Because I really do appreciate the invites. Really do appreciate the invites, and I am willing to talk about difficult conversations. If y'all don't know who Chaotic Truth is, go back and watch our episode where he joined on. That nigga's crazy. And he would respect me saying that right now, just so you know I'm not talking shit about him. Othelia says, have fun with that. I'm cool off, bro. No, exactly. I think you missed it, Othelius, and then you watched it. You weren't here live. I don't think you were here live because you would have lit his ass up. But no, I'm talking about doing something on his show. I wasn't talking about doing he coming on this show because, his people were a bit much for our show, for the way we get down. You know what I'm saying? We like to kick it. This nigga was crazy. His fans was crazy. Fifth said, I'm with I'm not gonna have him on this show. Guys, calm down. He's not gonna be on the Drunk Banthas show. Drunk Banthas podcast. He's not gonna be on the Bantha Bunch show, but he was inviting me to a Spaces on Twitter, and he also invited me to a show, to just talk about some shit on his show. So I might join, you know what I'm saying? Depending on the topic, I might join because, man, we got to have a voice out here, man. We got to start having a voice, man, a real voice. And you know what? If I have to be that voice, I'm going to start being it, man. I'm not going to run from it. A lot of people like running from it. You know why black people run from being a voice? Like, the voices that we need to be out there, the reason that we don't be out there like that is because they kill all the voices that come out there like that. That's just the facts. They kill all of us, all of our black leaders. They kill them. and they kill them systematically. They just run them niggas out. They've done it once. So now we think we can't ever step up again because of what we fear, the past. That's like when they would do lynchings and then draw and quarter the slaves in front of all the other slaves. Why would they do that? Because they want to instill fear. So you never do it again. That's what happened to Martin Luther King. That's what happened with Malcolm X. That's what happened with Huey Newton. That's what happened with all these black leaders. Just saying. Just saying, man. We gotta have a voice. And if I gotta be the voice, I'm gonna start yelling a lot more. Othelia says, yeah, we know. I'm just not going to tap into that. When a nigga puts on the red hat, they lost. They full of shit at that point. Like Dot say, why argue with the clowns if they can't see the future first? Well, I'm gonna tell you why. I'm not gonna argue with the clowns. See, I'm not gonna argue with nobody, man. I'm not gonna argue with nobody. I'm gonna tell you that right now. That's how we don't get nothing done. That's how we don't get nothing done. I'm here to be a voice for y'all. And the reason I say be a voice for y'all is because I used to consider myself to be a liberal, but I just must be somewhere. I just must just be just a Democrat, a democratic human being. I don't believe in going all through this crazy ass shit like defund the police is the dumbest framework of a policy that you've ever heard, when really they just meant like reallocate funds for the police. Because I guarantee you don't nobody really want the police to go away, because like as fucked up as the police are at times, shout out to all those police who love me, you know, but and shout out to the people who police YouTube. They're very good at what they do. You don't want a nigga running up in your house and you can't call nobody to do nothing about it. Or at least you don't want nobody running up in your house and then nobody, you know, a police officer at least could possibly roll by. Like, it's just, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's things that you want the police there for, but there's things they absolutely don't need to be involved in either. So, but the framework of these things, we had no way to frame things in this country, and we need to start framing things differently so that people understand, man. It's the fact of the matter is we approach shit as a Democrat. We approach shit in a pussy ass way that makes it seem placaty, and you can't placate to Americans. We know what that shit looks like, especially like red states. They're the best at it. They love placating to everyone. Their whole day is like that. They just don't want their politicians to do that. Motherfuckers say, bless your heart. That means your ass retarded, dog. They don't want to say that either. They don't want to say the word retarded. Even if it's funny, it's offensive, it's this and this. Look, man, we worried about the wrong goddamn things. You worried about a nigga saying the word retarded when the ice caps is falling, when this nigga can't pay his rent, when rent in Alabama for a 2-bedroom house, a 2-bedroom apartment is like $1,800, $2,000. Nigga, that's almost what it is to live in an apartment here in Los Angeles. You can get a studio for $1,800. What the fuck are you doing paying that in Birmingham? This is what I'm talking about, y'all. It's getting too fucking out of hand. Why don't we worry about those things instead of worrying about what bathroom a nigga using? You're going to pee on the fucking toilet seat anyway. Who cares, nigga? Who cares? Othelia says, I'm black. That's all. And yeah, I'm cool with the defund the police. He said, they don't show up anyway. And Talking Turd says the judge dread the police got defunded and replaced it with judges. See, that's what I'm saying. You don't want, sometimes you don't want a different boss, big dog. Sometimes you don't want a different boss. Sometimes you got to get the boss you got and work him out. Like, let's figure out a fucking situation, because like I said, defund the police is the same as restructure the police. Like, because what it is you're reallocating the funds. It's still defunding their departments, but you reallocate it to different areas and put it in a place that helps spread the love around, right? How about you regulate certain things, or you regulate certain things that happen in the police department, take certain things out, right? And then you spread that money over. I also think if a police officer is basically like a soldier out here sometimes, so you shouldn't have a police officer who works 24 years on the street dealing with gang members and crazy niggas and fucking homeless people and fucking crazy ass shit. Like, motherfucking police, the police are dudes, most of the police are guys who got bullied in high school and fucking now want to exert some kind of powers. They was fucking nerd ass motherfuckers in high school, and now they want to be all tough and man, they scared as hell out there. Put them crazy ass scared ass white boys behind a desk every 3 months. I think every 3 months you should have to work on the street, and then every 3 months you go sit your ass down and work on reports and shit and be reprogram yourself to be a human being. That way, when you go back on the street in 3 months, you can actually protect and serve, because you will see the people as such. You will see them as human beings, because you sit behind a desk at least a little while. See, I think that's what's missing, especially detectives, man. You see dead bodies all the goddamn time, man. There has to be a back and like, you have to pull people off of certain things like that, or mentally they will lose it and then end up killing your little brother because this nigga had a bad day. That's not gonna get it done. So you restructure the police. You take those funds that you would be putting into making police more militarized, and you take those funds and you put it into having peace officers, niggas who don't have guns, right? People think in Europe, in the UK, no police got no guns. That's not true. There's certain types of police that respond to certain types of situations, and some of them may have guns, but if a situation requires one, they got those police officers too. We need to adopt certain situations. We need to quit making fun of Europeans as much and start actually adopting some of these programs and policies that they have. Man, they got some good policies, and we can make them better if we use them over here. There's always room to tweak stuff. Fifth Bantha says it's a smart idea. 3 on, 3 off. Exactly. 3 on, 3 off. Motherfuckers, you need to reacclimate yourself to what it is to be a human being, in my opinion. Philmade says that's a great police proposal. Also, community engagement should be mandatory as well. Exactly. On your 3 months off, you could be working in the community and you could be working in the office. You should have to go to the schools and talk to the kids and, let them play with the shit inside the car. Let them hit the buttons. You know what I'm saying? Talk to the kids. Bring them some goddamn donuts or something. You donut ass eating niggas. Bring them some shit. Like, be nice. How about we live a life where we just live by one rule? Don't be a dick. You know what I'm saying? Don't be a fucking asshole, dog. That's all we got to do. 3 months on, 3 months off. We're going to get this policy passed. Y'all. Othio says UK cops ain't much better. London cops racist as hell. Now that's a different that is a different conversation, right? Racist cops. You're never going to kill racism. What we have to do is we have to make the cops who suffer from racism and also who aren't racist, we need to give those cops more room and safety to maneuver. We have to get rid of those cops. You have to. I don't care if your police department becomes 3 people at the end of the week, but from Monday to Friday, you should be trying to figure out how to get rid of the fucking racist kids that are in your class. That's really what they need to focus on. Like, that's really what they need to focus on when it comes to the racial issues. Because I think it's 50-50, honestly. I think 50% of all shootings of minorities, actually, I would say all shootings, period, all police engagement where they end up discharging their weapon, 50% of them is because they're scared, and 50% of them is because they can't wait to kill somebody. And you need to get rid of them type of people, racist or not. Anybody just ready to fucking shoot their gun all the time, that nigga's crazy. Anybody who says, if you make a gesture or make a comment saying that you want to kill somebody or you're going to fuck somebody up, these things should not be allowed. There's things that if you said it at the hospital or at the law office that police officers say, that if you were in those other professions, you're going to get fired. You might even get sued and lose money. You might even suffer from jail, facing jail charges. You might, because the things that they say are disgusting, and they actually have the power to do some of the things that they express. So I believe that defund the police is a mild, it's just like Brexit. Y'all remember Brexit? So in Brexit was created off racist reasons because they just got tired of immigrants coming in. Somalians and Nigerians, right? They were getting, like, Nigerians go there all the time, but they just blaming every goddamn body. And Pakistan, it was Afghanis, because I can't remember exactly why, but anyway, they had a lot of Middle Eastern people coming in and African people coming in, and then they wanted to say they said that there was a gang vape against some women there, and they said it was a bunch of immigrants that did it, and that's why we need to close the borders and blah blah blah. But they couldn't figure out what to call it. And this guy, I think Benedict Cumberbatch played in a movie about Brexit. He came up with the name. He marketed a name, like he figured it out. He talked to a bunch of people. He said, this is going to be the word. Now, it was interesting because he was using different words, and you could see him go through a process of trying to figure it out. But in that process, he kept saying, no, this sounds to this and that sounds to that. And you don't want to be too pushy, and you don't want to be too contrite. You have to think about how these phrases are, how things are framed when you present them. When you say defund the police, it creates a automatic visceral reaction from the other side. But if you say reallocate funds, I'm telling you, we got to start using white people words now. I told y'all the majority of people in this motherfucking country are white. If you think you don't have to convince them of nothing, then you are going to continue to live what we got right now. The system we have right now is not good. We know that. We all agree on that. So if we don't get white people on our side, shit can't change, because they gonna vote how they want to vote. We got the only way you can't tell people that they're stupid. You can't tell people that they racist, even if they stupid and they racist. Right? You can't do that. It's like trying to tell a woman to calm down. You ever did that? You ever told a woman to calm down? Yeah, man. It don't work, man. You can't tell them. You got to try to work with them. We have to work with them. TT says UK police don't carry guns. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. They got a whole different system over there. Because everything don't have to be responded to with fucking violence. That's kind of the idea. Fifth Bantha agreed with Film Age earlier. Ophelia says they don't get rid of them because they don't care. Policing reflects what the state wants. If the government don't care about black people, cops know they can get away with murder. Exactly. I'm not saying the system isn't built off of systematic racism. I know for a fact that the police only exist because of the KKK. That's literally the only reason the police exist. You ain't got to tell me. You got to tell me. There's a book about it. I can't remember the name of that book. Me and Alex read it. He had it here for a while. I think he gave it away, so I can't go over there and grab it. But it was basically the history of police. I can't remember the name of that fucking book, but it was about the history of police and how they all got started. And yeah, it all starts with the Klan or the slave catchers. Yeah, it's crazy. Fifth Bantha says they are considered terrorist threats when spoken by a civilian. Exactly. The things that police say are considered terrorist threats when they're said by a civilian. Talking Turd says Brexit was for a variety of things. Yes, it was, but what got it ginned up was the racism, and that's my whole point. They use small things, a bunch of small things that you can feel like you relate to, but they want to blame certain people in those small things to get you distracted from what is actually the problem. And when you do that, when we allow that to happen, you end up voting against your own interests because you didn't think about what their interest is. Why are they telling you that you need to do this? Think about the things that they tell us and say, why are they telling us to do this? Democrat or Republican? You know what I'm saying? Conservative Party or the working party in the Labor Party in the UK, whatever. However you want to, wherever you're coming from, we all need to apply these same tactics, in my opinion. I think it is Rise of the Killer Cop, Frothy. Did he let you borrow that book? I can't remember. Why am I talking so fast sometimes, man? I got to make sure I get it out quick so I manage this time. I don't want to be here for 3 hours. I did go over what I wanted to do today. I was trying to go for 2 hours and 30 minutes. We at 2 hours and 39. It's not bad. I had to get this rant off, man. I appreciate y'all listening to me. Is this more stuff what y'all want? Do y'all need me to rant more? Is that what you need? I told you, I'm going to start being the voice. I'm going to start being the voice for the people like us, man. Because we got too much frustration in the world. And nobody is directing it in the right direction. And I just want to give people the map to show you where to point that visceral hate, that disappointment, that despair, that sadness, that lack of knowing what's next and where I'm gonna go. How am I going to make it? Why is nothing being done for me? You need to know where to point that voice. You need to know where to direct that energy. And I'm going to try to help be that voice. 2025 is all the way live. You know what I'm saying? Every night, right here on the Drunk Banthas channel and Nerds at Night. But we go live every Monday and every Thursday, baby. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is how we do shit. Talking Thursdays, smoking mirrors, baby. The public voted to leave the European Union, but the government reacted to the vote. Exactly. I mean, retracted the vote, excuse me. Exactly. But fucked all UK's shit up. If look, when you like I said, don't vote against your own interests, guys. Let's and don't rush to do something when they tell you something. Let's investigate. Let's think about it before we fuck it up. Othelia says, I'm cool with this. It's getting a pass from Othelia's. Everybody share this video, share this timestamp like a little earlier. 2 hours and 28 minutes or 2 hours and 15 minutes. Share this with FD Signifier. Share this with FD Signifier. Tell him my plans and tell him, look, we got to be the voice. Ain't no more sitting around, man. We can make all the videos we want to make. We got to get out here and do something. I'm going to do something before do something. You know what I'm saying? Like Shannon Sharp, we going to do something before do something. Yeah, man, too many people using their platforms for just talking shit and talking about, if your girlfriend said that she was going to leave you, but if she would stay, if she could have another man in the bedroom, what would you do? Would you stay with her? Would you stay with her, Ocho? Would you stay with her, Ocho? I love Shannon Sharp, and I love his show. Shout out to Shannon Sharp. Shout out to Uncle Shay Shay, and shout out to Ocho Cinco. I love Ocho Cinco. But the fact of the matter is, why don't we talk about stuff that actually matters? I know they be talking about sports, but y'all talk about sports, then y'all talk about fucking hoes and slapping bitches and what you gonna do and what you had done. Like, bro, let's talk about something that matters. Othelia says, yeah, bro, you're going to need to adjust the favorable opinions of cops. If you trying to chop it up with FD, he going to school you. He's not going to school me. I already know. I know all the stuff. I know all the arguments, but we got to have solutions. This is my problem. You can't communicate an issue without properly communicating a solution, because all you're doing is pointing out the obvious. So when we point out the solution, we also have to make sure the solution is one that stands a snowball's chance in hell of being made. We can't make demands that we know won't get answered. You can't ask a nigga to, like, give me all your money. Like, we can't do what, ooh, I almost said it. I'm not going to say that. That's for another show. I'm not going to say that. But we can't do what certain countries like to do, which is blow up everybody in your country and then tell you, look, hey, I want your shit. And we finna take it. But I'm going to be honest with you. FD Signifier, hella intelligent, super motherfucking, he's a super nigga. You know what I'm saying? He is super nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like, but I just want us to all direct that energy into solutions. I know the problems. We know the problems. We need solutions. And I want people, look, I'm not going to say my plan is perfect, right? But we can add on to it, right? We can make more of this without having to say, well, that's stupid. I don't agree with it. And we just going to throw it out, right? You could add on to what I just said and make it better. That's what we were supposed to do with Obamacare, which I hate calling it that anyway, but that's what we were supposed to do with Obamacare, right? Get it in, but let's make it better. Can't even do that because a nigga made it. A nigga got it passed. So we can't even work on that. Can't even try to make it better because racist white people will watch 1,000 white people drown just to watch one nigga drown. Did you hear what I said? Racist white people will watch 1,000 niggas drown just to watch, or will watch 1,000 white people drown just to watch one nigga drown. The racist white people in this world, not just this country, in this world, would watch 1,000 white people die just to watch one nigga die. Ophelia says, read the wretched on the earth before trying to have that convo. I will. I'll read that. I'm not against reading. I have I'm actually star your comment right here so it won't go nowhere and I can have it. Yeah. I'm gonna star that comment so I know the book. If Lil Frothy is watching, help me out, Lil Frothy. I want to read this book. The Wretched of the Earth Before Trying to Have the Convo. That's the whole title? No, I'm joking. Oh, man. FD Signifier says, FD Signifier. What the fuck is wrong with me? TT says, I spent years on my other channels talking about shit that matters. And after a while, it gets depressing. Well, I hear you. Let me know if y'all are getting depressed over here. Hegelian dialect problem reaction solution. Yeah. Problem, reaction, solution. That's all I want to get to. That's all I want to get to. We already know a problem. We've had our reaction, visceral or otherwise. We've had our reaction. And now we need to take some action and make a solution, because that's the one thing that 12% of this fucking country can contribute to, excuse me. If you take up all the minorities, what are we, like 20% of the country? Maybe 18% of the country? Take all of us, man. We can make change in that way. That's a fact. We can definitely do that. Othelia says, it's required literature for that convo, brush. Trust me. No shade. I'm just saying his audience is left leaning as fuck, and they will eat you up. I'm trying to help. Look, I'm not against that. I'm not against all your help. I'm here to receive. I'm here to receive. But also, like I said, I'm here to have solutions. So anything that can be presented to me so that there could be a solution met, then we're good. But see, I'm going to tell you how I know I'm going to tell you how I know what I'm saying is true. I'm going to tell you where I'm coming, how I know where I'm coming from is true, because I sit somewhere in between FD Signifier and I sit in between Chaotic Truth. I'm way, like, if this is FD, I'm way over here with FD. And this that nigga Chaotic Truth. Chaotic Truth way over here. See, he way over here. And I'm closer to FD over here. Like, I'm over here with FD and this nigga right over here. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, I feel it. I grew up an hour and a half away from FD Signifier. You know what I'm saying? I grew up in the same shit. So I understand everything, but I just need a solution, because I'm tired of fucking coming up with problems, man. Like, and I'm not tired of coming up with problems, because problems are always going to exist. We're never going to not have problems, right? But I just want to make things better for us, and then better for them who's going to come up after us, man. Othelia says, like a full anarchist and socialist are his crowd. Like full on anarchists and socialists are his crowd. I don't want to see them pack you out. Look, this is the thing. They got to come on this channel to pack me up, man. Hey, I'm going to crash out. I'm telling you, I'm about to be the Alex Jones of the left. And not like it's not gonna get weird like that, y'all. It's not gonna get weird. Y'all know what time it is. We still gonna be talking movies. We still gonna be talking TV. We still gonna be talking crazy shit. But I do think I'm gonna reserve a segment towards the end of every show that will, you know, definitely be hitting on some shit, touching on some things, man. It may not seem like it because we all hang out here in spurts, right? On Mondays and Thursdays. We've been hanging out for over a year now, you guys. Well, some of you guys, like, since shit got popping, y'all, it's been about a year. We hanging out with y'all, and I just want y'all to know I don't give a fuck about nothing that niggas say on the internet. It's the internet. Sometimes I feel silly talking. If it ain't nobody in here in the stream, man, I feel crazy talking to myself. I know y'all gonna come back and watch it later. But I get fucking like, what? Am I talking into, we all have insecurities, right? I'm like, man, am I talking into nothing? But outside of that, man, I don't care about what people got to say on the internet. I feel strongly about my opinions, but I'm also willing to work with people to find a solution, right? And if I think that 60% of what you say is wrong, but I like the 40%, right? Why can't we take the 40% of what you like and then take the 50% of what I like, then come up with another little 20? Look, we can make it 100. It don't even got to be 100, right? We ain't got to be full strength to be all right in this motherfucker. That's what I'm saying. I'm trying to fight for all right in this motherfucker. Remember that in life, it's all right. It's almost all right in this motherfucker. It's almost all right. That's how I feel. We need to get to we in this motherfucker right now is almost all right. We need to get up out of the prison. We need to get past the gun line, y'all. Because right now we're on the gun line. So I just feel like we can do it, niggas and bitches. This is the real for all you niggas and bitches. Sorry, that was my Pharrell Williams impersonation. Well, young Pharrell Williams, new Pharrell Williams, old Pharrell Williams. He sound crazy. I ain't gonna lie. I think he's been locked up in that Louis house too long. Like, being in a French, like, cottage plantation is kind of weird. Like, that shit's kind of weird. I don't know. I don't think I could live in no 400-year-old house or some shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know what I'm talking about. Like them old ass European houses. I mean, European houses and cottages and shit where they got them out in the country. I don't think I could do that. Othelia said, new Pharrell, unbothered, living life. Exactly. You up in the Louis Chateau, drinking champagne and Hennessy and wine, eating cheeses and crepes, fucking got nothing but bitches around. I guarantee you, he got 25 bitches just walking around. I bet you ain't got one nigga employed in his employment. I guarantee you it ain't not one man walking around at the Louis house with Pharrell. And he like sleeps there and shit. I think he just did an interview with I can't remember who he did the interview with. But the nigga was just chilling. Man, look, Pharrell got a documentary, a biography about his life. You know what I'm saying? A biography about his life, redundant. But anyway, he's got a biography movie where it's in Legos. A Lego movie about his life, my nigga. That's weird. But that is a nigga. What did I say? That's a nigga that's unbothered and living life. He is unbothered and living life. Okay. Shout out to Pharrell Williams. I'm basically going to finish this show by the time I smoke in this blunt. But I just wanted all y'all to know that if you want to support us, the best way you can support us is hitting the join button. And it's only 99 cents a month. And you will get all of this content early. We got good shit for you, reviews of movies and television. If you didn't know, the Drunk Banthas, we're movie critics. We are movie and television critics. We getting all the screeners and shit now. So this year, 2025, is going to be litty to titty. I'm trying to tell y'all, man. Make sure you come back here. You'll get all the good reviews, all the good movies. But we're only getting them early if you're on the members. And then the other way you can support us is if you go to the shop on YouTube, get you some of this merchandise. You know what I'm saying? Got a little, I gotta get rid of this. Gotta get rid of, look at that. Got a little, look, that's a picture of Alex, and that's a picture of me, and then that's the AT-AT, and we got on Starship. I mean, we got on Troopers. I almost said Starship Troopers, but we got on Troopers. See that? Trooper suits. AT-AT. Drunk Banthas podcast. You know, you like it. We got other stuff too. So go in there, check that out. Aprons are the highest selling thing. I don't know why. Cooking aprons are the highest selling thing on our channel. I mean, on our shop. It's crazy. Ophelia says Drake been trying Pharrell for years, and he just pay him. He just pay him dust. Look, exactly. Like, hey, I'm not worried about that nigga. Nigga got my chain from back in the day, the one I threw away. Oh, that nigga weird. I guarantee you that's how that conversation went. That's something that he really want to do. Okay, that's weird, but I wouldn't do that. But like the same age that Pharrell was when he got rid of his chain is the same age that Drake was when he decided he needed to go get them. Like, why do you need another nigga's things? He's so weird. He's so weird. That's a weird dude. You know? Shout out to him, though. Shout out to Drake for being a weird-ass nigga, man. Weirdos. You know, they used to make fun of Canadians all the time. Remember Blame Canada? South Park? Shit. This nigga Drake could not have been famous in 96. I'm just trying to tell you. Could not have been famous in 1996. Drake is PM Dawn in 1996. I'm just trying to tell you. That's real shit. Drake is PM Dawn in 1996. What was I about to do? Oh man. Oh, sorry. So yeah, next week, make sure you come through and join us to watch on Monday. We're going to be talking about Silo. Yeah, make sure y'all come over here and watch that with us. We're going to be talking about Silo. We're going to be talking about Skeleton Crew as well. And Jeff's Comic Book Corner. That's Monday, 8 p.m. Pacific time. Ophelia said, New York niggas tap in and help your brother Joey because he getting jumped in rap. Oh, man. Joey is getting tapped up, man. And it's like, yo, he just came out to try to come back out. And nigga, you've been inside too long. Niggas don't even rock the same way. Like you got the wrong clothes on. You got old clothes. Actually, he's a fashionista now. That's the thing. You can't like go do photo shoots with like purses and shit and then come back to the streets talking about some I'm that nigga and all this shit. Bitch ass nigga, fuck out of here. Like, nigga, ain't nobody really believing that, my nigga. Like, you been in like TV and shit. Use a, you know what I'm saying? Use a house nigga now. Ain't nothing wrong with being a house nigga. But you inside, my nigga. You inside. It shocked me when Jay-Z said, I'm a field nigga. No cutlery. I was like, is you a field nigga though? You a billionaire, my nigga. Maybe from house nigga. Well, from field nigga to house nigga? Or what's the fairy tale story we can tell about this? Huh? What is it? This is a tale somewhere. There's a tale in there somewhere. There's a story here. From field nigga to billionaire field nigga. I don't know. We're working on it. Othelia says Jason Martin, Rayvon, Daylight, and Cliff Savage all stomping him out. Shout out to Daylight. Doesn't get enough love. He's a weird motherfucker. I like that he's weird. He's creepy sometimes because he says weird shit. But when I mean he's creepy, I'm talking about his raps. The nigga spooky. He will fucking come and get your ass. I'm trying to tell you, he's a rap battle king. I wish I could see Drizzy Dro versus Daylight. That is, if you don't know who Drizzy Dro is, go check him out. He's on a lot of Into Never stuff. I just think you should go check him out. And I would love to see him versus Daylight because they both real animated. And I've never seen Drizzy Dro lose a rap battle. I've actually never seen him lose one. And they're both in LA. They're both in LA. So let's get that going, man. Who's out there? Who out there can make that happen? Let's get that going, man. Justin Hunt, why haven't you accepted my invitations to the show? Oh, Othelius. I think I was watching the other day. Did you join the company man membership? Because I think he was talking about you, but I think he said your name wrong. I think he said Othello. Othelius. Am I wrong? Tell me, because I just thought about it and I was like, I'm going to forget to say something to him about this, but I want to say something about it. When it happened, I was like, God damn it. I think that was him. Shout out to Justin Hunt. If it wasn't you, regardless, shout out to Justin Hunt, the company man. Go check out his shit if you like hip hop shit and you want to be informed. And he's an amazing hip hop journalist. I've been following him since his start over at Hip Hop DX. I didn't even know that was him until he started doing more independent stuff on his own. Yeah, that was he's real dope. Othelia says, yeah, somebody gifted me a membership. Was surprised as fuck when I heard it. I know, I was like, oh shit, he gave him a shout out too. That's crazy. But yeah, shout out to him, man. Shout out to Justin Hunt. He's the real one. Oh yeah, shout out to Heavy Spoilers. My guy Paul, he be showing love. Shout out to him. And yeah, I ain't saying shout out to none of y'all other niggas till y'all shout me out and y'all give me some love. Shit. What's wrong with y'all, man? You know what you guys should do? You should go like and subscribe right now. And go ahead and leave some comment. Go over to @Bantha on and hit the follow button. Send me a DM. Say, hey, Drunk Banthas. And I'm going to say, hey, person, insert your name here. And then we can be friends forever. And I'll shout you out right here. If I remember. I'll be forgetting to do shit like that. But when I do it, I'm going to do it every month from now on. I started it on New Year's. I'm going to do it from every month from now on. I'm going to holler out all the members, new members, old members. I usually do like the new members and shit, but I stopped doing that. Othelia said, peace, my Banthas. Peace, my Banthas. Everybody out there, peace, peace, peace. Thank you so much for hanging in there with us for this long. This is a long ass time to be doing a podcast. But I do it with y'all because I love doing it. I wasn't even drunk this time, just so y'all know, by the way. I haven't been drinking anything anything. Didn't drink one goddamn time. Well, I drank this. I didn't drink any alcohol, I should say. Okay. Yeah, this is the Bantha Bunch Show. You're watching on Nerds at Night, or whether you're watching on the Drunk Banthas channel or Nerds at Night on Twitter. I just want to say thank you so much. It's a pleasure. I can't do this without you. We do it every Thursday at 8 p.m. Pacific time. Every Thursday at 8:15 p.m. Pacific time. Every Thursday at 8 p.m. Pacific time, baby. Put it on your calendar. Tell your mama, tell your friends, tell your cousin, tell your grandmama. We up in here, baby. I can't say enough about stuff, huh? Oh, I'll see you on Monday. Peace.